internationals? Are they all back safe and sound?
Oh, no. No. You're still waiting on. Bruno's here. Kenwyn, I think, is landing this morning. At some stage, Heathrow this morning. So he's not back. He's the last one. He played in the final. They got to the final, so there was 5 games potentially that he participated in. He played in 3 of those 5s. They lost in the final after 120 minutes. Lost on a shootout, I think, to Jamaica.
You're glad to have him back, obviously.
Yeah, of course. I just would have liked him back a little bit sooner.
And Manga?
Manga's in for the first time this morning. Pilks is in for the first time this morning after his. And then David Marshall as well is in for the first time. They're the 4.
So as far as you know, they're all...
Well, Pilks picked up a little bit of an injury, but we think he's okay. It's a little strain, but we'll watch that. The same with David Marshall. Bruno, as we suspected, didn't play any football. We sent a message over 7 to 10 days, but you know what the situation is, that the international club has the right to still invite him over and to assess him, which is exactly what they did, and they didn't play him, which is what we thought. The same happened with Mats. We said 3 to 4 days with Mats. He played in the first game, but played about 50 minutes, didn't he? So that was a little bit of a risk, but he's come through that, and clearly, he wasn't ever going to do 90 because we had a obviously dilemma with that one as well. So it is a little bit frustrating that we say, look, you're going to have to wait either 7 days or 4 days for this one. We're not trying to kid anybody, and we were proved totally right with both, really, because Matt's only did 50 minutes in the first game, and we did, and I think that was on day 4 or 5 he played his first game, so we said it would be 50-50 for the first game for him.
So you'll assess what you've got obviously in the next couple of days.
Yes, well, next
24
hours, and today, really.
Yeah, if Manga's available, you've got a decision to make then, haven't you?
Yeah, we have, but of course he's had no football at all. He's not participated in any of those games. So I'll have him assessed by the medical department, and then hopefully we'll get him out for some sort of light session today. Fingers crossed.
But Turner and Morrison did keep a clean sheet, or help keep a clean sheet.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, helps, doesn't it?
So are they your first choices at the moment? Or?
Well, I'm not going to be drawn on that, but obviously we were very pleased with the clean sheet. But competition for places is healthy, and that's what we could have, depending on whether Bruno's fit enough.
And I asked Sean Morrison about Adam Lafondra. Great position against Birmingham. Keeper makes a good save. Just not quite firing for him in front of goal, is it? Yeah, you just have to have that belief, don't you? Just have to keep believing. He's training really well. Both of them have trained well, and that's all they're missing, particularly away from home. We've been very pleased. We've scored goals at home, so they have to continue what they've done in previous weeks, really, at home. And because of the away form, is there more pressure going into home games these days?
It can work like that, and we're not helping ourselves, put it that way. But we're also not doing too much wrong, so we just have to maintain that.
Ravel Morrison reports in the break that you were ready to let him go in January. Have you made up your mind yet?
Well, I'll be honest, I don't think you saw one quote from me in that article, did you?
No, I'm just...
No. So I mean, I'm not quite sure how a conclusion was reached that he was going. I mean, he's with us until, I think, December 26th, I think. So decisions will be made at that particular stage.
Likewise, Max Muller-Daly, any developments? Have you spoken to people connected with him at all?
I spoke to the agent that's connected to 2 or 3 players, including Matt's, that he's brought over to the football club, to be honest. So, it's just an open relationship on where we're going, and we'll communicate. I think communication is the key thing.
But your position, his, hasn't
No, it's not changed. No, not at all. No.
What do you expect from Reading?
Team that like to go forward for sure, commit men forward, play with a nice intensity, like to score goals. Their form away from home doesn't again marry up to the form at home, but there are goals in the side with Glenn Murray and Simon Cox, so I think they're a big threat. Norwood's decent on the ball in midfield, and you know they get forward from fullback areas, so they try to overload you. So, you know, listen, no easy games. It's a different challenge and different obstacle to overcome yet again. So, but we're looking forward to it. We're going to embrace it, and you know, we've nothing to feel not confident about going into the game. It's at home. We've enjoyed our time at home in recent weeks, so we want to continue in the same vein.
Could I ask you, Malcolm Mackay's appointment yesterday, what did you make of that?
Well, the club are making no comment on that in view really of the investigations that are ongoing, so that's our take on that matter at the minute.
Are you glad to see him back though, or?
No, as I say, I really don't want to make any comment on it other than what I've already said. I knew I'd get asked the question. I understand that. Of course, I understand. I understand that you come in to ask about the situation, but you know, it's not the club's. It's not our business anyway. Other than obviously there are ongoing investigations still.
Did you have any hesitation at all in shaking hands with him at the end of the game when you play at Wigan later in the season?
I'll do things professionally as I always do.
So what went on before wouldn't sort of affect that side of it for you?
It's not my issue. It's not an issue for the club really now. It's an issue for the FA.